Hello. A while ago I got a post under one of my videos, probably about the online safety bill. I don't remember exactly which one it was though. Telling me about 3 possibilities for browsing or relaying information without governmental interference. And it was the names that came up were Orbot, Tor browser and Tails OS. I hadn't heard of any of those. And I did look them up. And then I intended to make a video about it. And then I had other things to talk about and I forgot about it. But it really was important, and I was reminded about it when that same poster made another post saying my comments about Orbot, Tor browser and Tails OS got removed. And so I thought, right, I'm going to put something up about it. Now, I'm not going to monetize this video in the hope that it will slip past YouTube, because if this person's comments about these various methods has been removed, then it means that YouTube don't really like it too much. So, as I say, I'm not going to monetize this video, and for that reason it would be nice if you could help me financially to make up the difference. You don't have to. Sharing this video is also very good, and like it and subscribe to my channel. If you want to contribute, there's all the list for all the methods whereby you might do that. The list is in the description, and one of them is super thanks, and you can donate a very minimal amount on that. So, you know, that's quite a good idea, super thanks. Okay. Right. Let's read through these. So, he gave me these lists of Orbot, Tor browser and Tails OS, and I immediately went to Google and asked, what is Orbot? Now, I've seen another video in which Google was pretty well taken apart by somebody who said he was looking for a coffee maker, and when he asked about coffee makers in Google, he found all the first bits. It was not until he got to about the second page that there were just coffee makers that weren't from sponsored sites. So it means advertising. So when he asked about coffee makers, he got advertising sites first that had been paid for. I think Google's got a bit carried away, actually. Anyway. But I did use Google for this, and in this case I don't think they have any particular axe to grind, so it's probably accurate. So I asked, what is Orbot? And it says here, Orbot is a free open source app that uses the Tor network, so obviously everything's working off Tor, to provide enhanced privacy and security for internet traffic on Android and iOS. It acts as a proxy, routing your device's internet connection through the Tor network, which encrypts and bounces your traffic through multiple relays, making it difficult to track your online activity. Well, they do say difficult, so that means probably not impossible. So if you're thinking of using this to do criminal activity, they are going to get you. And I would advise you not to do that. I mean, not to use it for criminal activity. But if you want to use it for just keeping yourself, sorry, just a minute, keeping yourself out of the limelight in some way, then Tor looks like a pretty good way of doing it. A Tor network. So that's Orbot. Then what's Tor network, I asked. Orbot utilises the Tor network, which is a system of volunteer-operated servers that encrypt and route internet traffic through multiple layers, obscuring the user's location and identity. Well, you see, this actually worries me. Volunteer-operated servers, it means different people are doing it, and you can't obviously attests to the honesty of the volunteers. So I don't know how reliable it is actually. But, you know, when you're desperate, you're desperate. Proxy functionality. Orbot acts as a proxy, meaning it intercepts and redirects your device's internet traffic through the Tor network. This allows other apps on your device to benefit from the privacy and security features of Tor. By routing traffic through Tor, Orbot helps protect your online activity from surveillance by your internet provider, network operators, and other potential eavesdroppers. But again, as I say, not from the volunteer-operated servers. Or maybe I'm not getting it right here. Comments welcome. Orbot helps mask your IP address and location, making it harder for websites and online services to track your online activities. Accessing onion sites, that sounds good. Ha! Oh, I'm sorry, I can't resist this. An onion site so you don't have any leaks. Well, you take your jokes where you can find them round here. So the next one, Orbot is a free and open source application, meaning its source code is available for anyone to examine and contribute to, according to the Guardian Project. I don't know anything about the Guardian Project. I'm not vouching for them. It's just what's written here in Google AI. A VPN functionality. While Orbot acts as a proxy, it can also be used as a VPN, offering similar privacy and security benefits. You know, I'm paying for a VPN, so yeah, if you can't afford to pay, well, Orbot might be able to help you there. Orbot does not log your traffic history or IP address, ensuring a higher level of privacy. Drawbacks. Connecting to the Tor network can be slower than a standard VPN connection due to the multiple relays involved in routing your traffic. Okay, so that's Orbot and using Tor. So then I asked, what is Tails OS? As I said, I got these three from that particular subscriber. So here my question then was, what is Tails OS? Tails is designed to make it difficult to track your online activity and hide your location. It boots from a USB drive or DVD, meaning it doesn't install on the computer's hard drive. When you shut down, all traces of your activity are erased. That's pretty good, isn't it? Tails forces all internet traffic through the Tor network, masking your IP address and encrypting your data. The amnesiac part of the name means that it forgets everything you do when you shut it down, unless you specifically configure persistent storage. So it does offer you a way of storing stuff, so you don't lose things that you'd accessed before. But if there's something that you don't want the computer to remember, it goes. Remember, even when you delete things off your computer, they can be found. I think that's what happened recently. A group of, I think it's like this, a group of French Jewish school children who had been on some sort of a summer camp were flying back to France, and they were thrown off the plane, and the story was that they'd been misbehaving, and they had been filming the way they were being treated on their mobile phones. But when they were lined up outside the aeroplane, they had to put their phones down and delete everything that they that they'd filmed on the plane. So there was no evidence. But it turns out that some of the stuff they deleted was recovered, and their side of the story was confirmed. I think that's what happened. Anyway, remember this: you don't delete stuff when you think you have done. You just put it somewhere where it's very difficult to find. So, but in this case, Tails OS, it actually does wipe everything because it's actually not on the computer. Tails includes tools for secure messaging, network monitoring, and encryption. And the users, journalists, activists, and anyone concerned about online surveillance and censorship. It's not a replacement for security, it says here. While Tails is a powerful tool for privacy, it's not a silver bullet. It can't protect against everything, and some online services might be difficult to use through Tor. So again, we've talked about Tor. I do like the Onion services. And this is a whole breakdown of Tor's key aspects. It encrypts and redirects your internet traffic through multiple relays. The encryption method, where data is layered like an onion, is what gives Tor its name. Each relay decrypts one layer of encryption, revealing the next relay's address until the data reaches its destination. Okay, so you've got these layers and they can be tracked, but obviously in most cases, most systems won't want to spend the time doing that. Tor helps protect your online activity from surveillance by your ISP, government, or other third parties. Remember, it says it helps protect. It doesn't completely anonymize you by the looks of things. You can access the dark web, it says here. It can be used for legitimate purposes. It's also associated with accessing the dark web, a part of the internet not indexed by search engines. Look, this is the big problem with the online safety law, isn't it? Because what's going to happen is kids are going to be using stuff like Tor, and then they're going to find themselves on the dark web. That's not going to help them, is it? And of course, it has all the romance of being a forbidden thing. Kids are great with that sort of thing. They love it, don't they? So, I have no intention of accessing the dark web, but if I wanted to use Tor for just not being tracked, that's perfectly reasonable. The problem is that, kids will explore, won't they? Kids like to explore. That's what they are for. The most common way to use Tor is through the Tor browser, a modified version of Firefox that includes built-in privacy features. Tor is developed and maintained by the Tor Project, a non-profit organisation, and is available for anyone to use. It relies on volunteers who operate the relays that route traffic, mostly perfectly reasonable computer nerds, but you can't ignore the fact that there might be bad apples there as well, and I don't know how you get around that. If somebody knows a lot about Tor, perhaps you can let me know. You see, I am giving my opinions here on this from a position of total ignorance. I've never used Tor and I don't even know how the relays work. I mean, I know what a relay is, of course. But if somebody wants to help out with my worries that having volunteers run a system might make the system vulnerable to attack from people who say they're volunteers and then turn out to be, not so well disposed towards the system. While Tor offers significant privacy benefits, it can also be slower than regular browsing and may be blocked in some countries. Legitimate uses. Journalists, activists, whistleblowers and others who need to communicate securely and privately often use Tor. All right, well, that is the information about Tor and Tails OS and Orbot. And I hope that's been of some benefit to you. Right, till next time. You can help my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That's quite important. And by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels and to donation methods are in the description. But the best way you can help is simply by clicking like and notify. Thank you.